It's like
Welcome to the JAWN podcast. I'm your host, Shalia.
and your host Shanina.
And today, y'all, we got a special guest in the building. We got Tia here with us today, y'all. Say
Yeah.
hey to the people.
Hey y'all.
So we're going to start with our affirmation. And today's affirmation says, to get to the next level of life, you have to face your fears.
I like that.
So, so it's we only got
It's
one
still
more.
Black History
We
Month.
only got one more day left, so we gotta make the best of it. So,
Yes.
one more day left of Black History Month. So, my Black History fact of the week is um Taya Thomas. She's an American app developer. She's the creator of We Read Too. It's an iOS app that helps readers discover books for and by people of color. She began working on the iOS app in 2014 while working as an intern at Time Inc. The app highlights books written by people of color featuring characters of color, aimed at improving access to books for and by diverse communities. We Read Too helps young readers find books with how you say that word? Protagonists. Protagonists that they can relate to. And the app is free to remove barriers to entry. This was made possible by crowdsourcing efforts. So I never heard of that
Okay.
app before.
Me
I
neither. I
like
just
it.
am
You
too.
need to get your book on there, Shalia.
I know. Girl, I'm still over here working on this autobiography. I gotta get
Well,
it
you
Mhm.
already got two other books, girlfriend.
No, I'm gonna look into it. Get
Hmm.
it everywhere I can.
Yeah, she's young. She was born in 95, so
Oh
it's
Oh,
that
okay.
yeah, she is young.
she's really
That's
young.
what's
Wow,
up.
that's
All right,
dope.
so we're gonna do our check-ins, and since Tia is our guest, how are
hmm
you feeling mentally, physically on a scale of 1 to 10?
So mentally, I would definitely say I'm at a 9. I'm gonna say
Okay.
I'm at a 9. Physically, since I'm being kicked by this little boy all day, say I would say I'm at like a 6. I would
Okay,
definitely
that's
say I'm in the
understandable.
6.
It's
So
giving you practice because he's gonna be kicking you until he's probably like 6 years old. So
listen, I was like, child, he better play all types of sports that got something to do with his feet. Cause at this point, this is a lot. I'm all like, I'm at the doctor's like, is this normal? Cause I think something wrong with my baby. They was like, girl,
girl,
yeah.
it's the opposite. But you know what? I feel like a lot of kids that are like active inside, they're not as active when they come. Because my
Okay.
kids wasn't active at all, like that when it was in my stomach. But once they
Mhm.
got here, they are.
Okay,
Mm.
that's
But
good to know. That's
feeling
good.
him is a good thing. Because I'm telling you, girl, if you went a couple hours without feeling him, you will be worried.
I know, but I still was like, I felt like it was excessive and I wasn't sure. This is my first pregnancy, so I don't know. I was like, I'm just
Hmm.
ask. But it was like,
You might
yes.
want to just drink things that like may calm him down. You can probably
But
do
that's what
that.
I'm saying. I drink water all day because I'm
Drink like
dehydrated.
lavender tea or something.
Yeah,
Something
I'm
to
gonna
calm
drink
him
more
down.
tea. I'm gonna drink more tea because,
You probably you don't do you eat a lot of sugar or caffeine? You don't do caffeine,
I
right?
don't do caffeine. I never could do caffeine. If I do have any
Okay.
type of like coffee or anything, it would have to be decaf. But no, I don't. Because it's real bad on my nerves. I was addicted to Starbucks when I was in college. So ever since then, I'm like, oh no, I can't do this at all. But no, and I
No.
mean that's what I was trying for. I was like, is
You
it
probably
something?
get he probably getting a residual then. He's probably getting he's probably getting a residual of your caffeine, girl.
Right.
But that
Exactly.
means he got a strong heartbeat, so that's good.
Yes, he does. Every time we do the heartbeat,
Mhm.
it's very, very strong. They
That's
are
good.
always like excited and like happy that it's that strong. So
Girl, you better not be complaining because God is gonna be like, girl, what do you want from me?
no.
But
Hilarious.
that's good though. You almost at the finish line, so you be good.
Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait to meet him.
Oh. All right, Janina, where you at?
I'm probably at like an 8.5
Okay.
today. I'm at like an 8.5. Besides my package being stolen by the package bandit today,
Oh gosh, the worst.
I'm gonna get
Hilarious.
his ass. It's the same person. I'm gonna get his ass.
No, not the same person.
You
Same
gotta set a
person. He done
trap.
stole
You
three
gotta set a
packages from
trap
me.
for him. Yeah,
I
set a
am. That's what
trap.
I'm gonna do next.
You
I'm
got a
gonna set a
camera?
trap for him. Yes. So what happened this particular day? I seen Amazon, like I got the notification that it was delivered, and so I was like, all right, I'll go down in a little bit. You know what I mean? And then maybe like 20 minutes later, I seen a notification that somebody was outside. So as soon as I saw the notification that somebody was outside, I went downstairs. But I work all the way in the back of my house. So I went downstairs. No package was outside. No package was in my door. And he was gone. I was like, and I listen, I was pissed. I got in my car. I said, I'm gonna ride around and find him. And then I re-looked at the video. Because I saw him in the video before I got in my car, but then after I couldn't find him, I rewatched it and I seen that he hopped on the bike because the bike was like kind of cat a corner of my house. So the other times, like the bike was right in front of my house, so I saw him, but I didn't see that he got. That's how I wasn't able to catch him because I literally was down there maybe like 15 seconds after he left. Wow. But because he was on that bike,
he lived close by though. He lived close.
Yeah, he got to.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, I'm thinking that he follows the Amazon truck because
that makes sense.
Each time it was close to the time it was delivered. It wasn't like it was sitting out there for a long time. But this particular time, he had a package in his hand when he was walking up to my house. He already had a package in his hand. And my package was in the door, but it was kind of hanging out. I'm just glad it wasn't.
So he probably seen the Amazon driver put it there. Because how we know.
Well, my front door, because my front door was ajar because I thought that my package was big enough to be inside the door, so that's why I didn't go downstairs, but it wasn't, and so he could see it. But either way, I'm gonna.
But he would have to have came up on your steps though.
Yeah, I think he caught it as he was like walking back to his bike because it looked like he was like he was at my neighbor. Like I got a neighbor right next to me. Then there's another neighbor at the end. So I'm gonna knock on her door and see if he stole her package.
Yeah, that's right. The one
he wasn't home all day. Like he thinks that because my street, everybody mind their business, but a lot of people work. So you see during the day is barely any cars out, and then towards the end of the day, it's cars out. But I work from home, so he probably just think everybody be at work. I'm gonna get his ass. Watch.
Yeah, he gotta be stopped.
Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Like, what are you gonna do with a mattress cover? You probably ain't got no king size mattress, sir.
That's hilarious. That's not hilarious, but he probably got a whole website where he sells people
selling it. Because the first time he stole something, it was my Cricut press, my heat press. So he definitely came up that time, and it was a big box. He was like, "Sorry," when he walked up.
I remember that used to be
not the story.
Hilarious.
Sorry,
it's not funny, but I'm sorry.
It's not funny, but it is because he a whole thief.
Wow.
I'm gonna catch his ass. Watch.
So for me, I'm in like a 6, y'all. I'm tired today. I've been talking and talking and talking to people and pouring myself into people. Because I'm tired. The rest of the week is like that too. Like back to back crying. So,
my neighbors is burning up their house. The damn smoke alarm is going on.
Today I was like, I know how doctors feel when they have back-to-back patients and they don't get no break. And you be like, let me at least go run to the bathroom and get a sip of water. Because that's how I was today. I was like, I can't do this. I gotta give myself a break in between people. So.
Yeah, when you scheduling them.
Yeah.
But I'm booked and busy, so I'm not going to play. All right, so I like that JAWN. Nope, I don't like that JAWN or prime time. What you got, Tia?
I said I wanted to do. I like that JAWN.
Okay, what you liking?
So right now, I haven't been doing too much because I'm preparing for baby shower stuff. But so I'm a binger. And I like to go back and watch old shows that I didn't see that I was supposed to watch.
Okay.
I'm on This Is Us.
Oh, that is so good.
Girl, I saw a couple people online going back, and they was like, "Why y'all ain't tell me?" Listen, we've been telling y'all.
Right.
Listen, when it came out, I was like, "Oh, I gotta watch this." But I think when it came, you know how like it be so much stuff going on in life, right? Yes. And so I think at the time I was just so busy with work in school. I don't even remember when it came out, but I know I'm always a busy person. So I know it had to be like traveling or something. So And my boyfriend kept saying, I don't know how you didn't watch this show. Like, this is the type of show that you would really like. He like, man, you be slacking. So I'm like, let me start this show. And I like that joint.
That's good, isn't it?
No, but you gotta make me go back and watch it.
But no, I really gotta take breaks. I gotta take breaks.
Oh yeah, it is emotional.
It's very.
It's not a binge. It's not a bingeable show, in my opinion.
It's not a bingeable like how we can just keep going. I was like, I gotta regroup. I gotta get my emotions together. Like it's too much. You know what's crazy about this? Like I don't understand. But whoever casted this show. I hope they made so much money because how down to the kids they act so good. Yeah. I mean, it seemed like these are those characters, right? It's crazy how everybody can act. You never find a show where literally somebody is going to slack a little bit. Somebody going to lack. Everybody, even the baby. Yeah, what a baby doing what he need to do.
Right. What season you on?
I'm on 4. No, I'm on 5.
Oh, you in there? Wait till you get to the. Listen, when you get to that last season,
gosh,
I never in my life.
I should take a break.
Like, that last season, I cried so hard. I never cried that hard watching something. I cried so hard. I was like, oh my God, like it just was so emotional. So
I cry off of everything, so it don't matter.
I get emotional off of TV stuff too.
I never cried that like. You know when you crying because of like something happened in real life and it kind of hurts. Yeah, because you're crying so much. That's how I was crying.
Yeah, because you get so attached. I'm a real like attached person to characters and stuff like I really be invested in shows and movies, and I work behind the scenes on some stuff, so it'd be like a different perspective. So when I get attached, it'd be like, man, that's my man. Like,
right? Yes.
All right, I'm gonna take a break after I finish season 5. I'm gonna take a couple days and then
but you gotta watch it. I can't wait. You gotta message me when you get to the last,
I am. Oh my God, I can't wait to talk to y'all about it because I be trying to talk to other people about it and ain't nobody watched it. I'm like, oh God, now I know y'all watched it. Now I'm gonna be messaging y'all.
Oh yeah, me and my best friend watched it. So we every like the next day we texting about it. It's so good.
Yes, I can't wait.
I miss it. Now you're making me.
Y'all gotta go back. Yep.
I'm about to go back.
Me too. I know. I'm sad. I miss it.
Yes.
All right, Janina, what you got this week?
Honestly, I couldn't think of anything because I feel like I guess I don't like that. I'll have a I don't like that joint. I don't like when people think that they can speak to you like you're a child. That's what I don't like because I'm a big age and I listen. It hit me different. Like it just hit me different. I just can't tolerate like because I don't do that to adults. I don't do that to children. I speak to children like they're individuals. Like I just can't. So that's something that I like been dealing with for like the last week or so. Like having to just ignore.
Have you addressed it or you just let it go?
I addressed it internally with myself in regards to what my decision was going to be, but there's things that happened that I feel like addressing it will hurt my situation, not help it. So, a lot of people are just who they are. Some people just, take it or leave it, and I'm leaving it. So.
Well, before you leave, you gotta address it because for me, they gotta know. You gotta know because if you don't know, then this cycle is going to continue. So you need to know that something is flawed in how you speak to people. Because what's going to happen is somebody that's not going to care going to end up punching you in your mouth. Then that's going to be a different outcome. So you can't just be around here talking to people like that. So I got I like that join. And my I like that join is this podcast called Boss Talk. And I specifically watched an episode with Columbus Short. And he was talking about how he used to be an alcoholic. He used to drink real heavy. One night he went to this club that they invited him to. He didn't drink and he didn't eat. But the people that were there were pushing this drink of tequila on him. They're like, oh, drink this tequila. And he drank it, and they put something in his drink.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that clip.
So I actually saw the clip, and then I went back and watched it because the clip was like, it left me what to know, what had happened. And I was like, so you can't trust nobody.
Wow.
Yeah, he had a bad demise. He had a bad demise in his career, and I guess it was because of the alcohol. Because like he was on Scandal, like he was doing good at one point,
right?
But like,
was it before or after Scandal?
This is after Scandal.
After.
Because then he got kicked off of Scandal because he had a domestic violence situation.
Right.
Probably because of his alcohol, though. Probably.
That's what I was thinking. Yep.
But that's what happened to Wendy Williams. Her alcoholism is what caused her her situation.
Wendy Williams is a whole nother.
It is.
I gotta watch it too. I gotta mentally prepare for that too.
You definitely do. You definitely do. It's hard.
Certain things I gotta be like in a good space mentally because.
I started it. I had to cut it off. I was like,
yeah, I told you it was bad.
I'm a therapist. I work with people all the time, and I just was like, I don't have the space to process this right now.
Yeah. Wow. It's bad. It's bad. I mean, I was conflicted on whether or not I was gonna watch it because I used to like Wendy, like she was a love-or-hate person back in the day. This is like before she even got on TV. You know what I mean? Like I read her books and all that, but I just feel like the documentary shouldn't have came out. The documentary didn't help her legacy. Like she's a star, and it didn't help it at all. Like I didn't. If you want to remember her for the way she was, then I wouldn't suggest to watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So we have Tia here with us today, and Tia is going to talk to us a little bit about her special pregnancy journey. So this week's episode topic is IUI Pregnancy Journey with Tia. So Tia, can you share a little bit about, because oftentimes we hear about IVF, but not so much IUI. So can you talk a little bit about what IUI is, how you started on that journey?
Sure. So basically IUI is less invasive, less expensive procedure than IVF. It doesn't have as many steps as the IVF, depending on what your fertility issues may be, whether it's the female or the male, or it could be same-sex couples. It just depends on the situation, right? So what happened was I was trying to conceive for a little over a year. So at first I was like, after a while I just was like, you know what? I didn't even want kids before. So I really don't like at this point, I'm just going to wash my hands with it because honestly, literally when I decided to start, trying to have a baby, that was when I actually decided to have a child. So this was literally, now we're in 2024. This was a little 2 years ago. I didn't want kids for years. I was like,
what made you change your mind?
So what changed my mind, honestly, was my partner, to be honest, not him like pressing the issue or anything, but it was just something about him that made me change my mind. Like when we first met, I was like, I'm not having kids. I was happy that he had 2 already. And honestly, when I was dating, that was like they didn't know, but that was a requirement. Like you had to have kids because I was like, you're not getting them from me. So we started dating and I just was like, I don't, it wasn't for me. Like it just didn't seem right for me. As far as my lifestyle, I was traveling a lot, doing hair. At the time, this was pre-pandemic too. So I was traveling a lot. And I had some issues like with my mom and parent issues. So, and I knew that, I don't know, I just felt like I just wasn't going to be a good mom.
Right.
That's really what I thought. I was like, I don't think I'm going to be a good mom. I was like, I think that although like my mom was an addict, as far as drugs, I knew that I was a workaholic. So I was like, I feel like I'm gonna do the same thing to my child or my kids that my mom did. I won't leave my kids for crack, but I leave them for work. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I had in my mind, you know, and even when I was talking to people, they're like, I don't see that. Like, I really feel like you're really good with kids. Like, I was always really close with my nieces and nephews. Always like they're like my kids. But I still, you know, it's different when you have your own kids. So I didn't want to impose certain things on my kids. So I was just like, I'm gonna be the rich auntie. Like, I had accepted it. I mean, everybody was like, she ain't having no kids. Like, I'm telling you, like, even then I'm pregnant. Like, I cannot believe you pregnant. So, you know, I'm in this relationship with this person, and I don't know, he just made me feel super secure about a lot of things. Me personally, I knew that if I did decide to have kids, I didn't want to be a single parent. And regardless of, say, for instance, God forbid we don't make it right in this relationship, he made me see that no matter what, he was going to be a great co-parent. So I thought about it beyond our relationship. Like, okay. And then, you know, people around me were having kids and stuff. And it just started to spark, you know, like, maybe, you know, you would be good at this. So it literally was him. So when I brought it up, I was like, I think I'm going to have a baby. He was like, what? He was like, what you mean? Like, he was like, you told me from he know I was adamant, because I was like, just because you can reproduce don't mean you should. Like, I know shitty moms. I know like people who should not have kids. So and because he was like, I feel like all women should have kids. I'm like, what? And then when I said that, he was like, you know what, you got a point. He was like, you are 100% right. Everybody shouldn't have kids. So I was very adamant about it. So when I brought it up, he was like, are you sure? And I was like, I think I am. So we start, and I'm just thinking like, okay, I'm gonna get pregnant fast. Child, it was like, how long this take?
You was on birth control before?
The last time I was on birth control was literally so many years ago. I'm gonna say like 2016 or something. So birth control just was never my thing. My body just didn't react to it well. So I just wasn't on it. And I was always like, you know, using protection. Also, I was very cautious about it. So, so I'm like, well, you know, after some time, I just like, you know, I said I didn't want to have kids. So maybe this is God, like, listen, this is what you said, and this is what you get. That's really how I was. I was like, all right, God, I hear you. So, so I didn't. So my boyfriend's mom was like, well, you don't think you should, you know, go see what's wrong or something is wrong or anything? I was like, no, I don't really care. Because I was so, after a while, I was just so upset about it, and I was sad because you wait this waiting period for your cycle to come, and then you sad because first of all you sad.
That's very traumatic every month.
Exactly. So. And then you see all these other people around you having kids, and I'm happy for everybody else, of course, but I'm still like, oh, so I'm not going to experience this. So I looked up, you know, some research. I started researching, and of course, like you said, everybody thinks of IVF. So automatically, I'm thinking like maybe we have to do IVF, and I was like, I feel like this is going to be too expensive. I was like, that to me, it's not that serious. I had already said I didn't want to have kids. It's not that deep. Adopting, we thought about that, but then I was like, I don't want to foster. And the reason why I don't want to foster is because I get attached to kids. I really do. Like even though I didn't want to have kids, I'm really a kid person in a sense. So I get attached to people. And a kid, you can't give me no kid for a couple months and then be like, oh, they gotta go. I can't do that. That is just too much for me because I know what it feels like to be abandoned. Like I know that I feel that, so I can identify and relate to a child that may have made this connection with a person, and then you take that away from them. So I didn't want to do that. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go see about it. And then what really pushed it was I was looking up like IVF treatments, and IUI never came up. It was just like IVF everything. So I looked it up, and it was just talking about fertility, and they were talking about like the insurance. And my full-time job, the insurance that I have through them is actually the best for fertility treatments. Okay. I'm like, oh, this is a sign. I was like, this is definitely a sign. I said, you know what? If we do have to go through any type of procedure, at least I know I'm covered. So we went, and I found a place to go to. And at first it was just like a Zoom visit. And she's like, you know, they ask you all these questions about your history. They ask about, of course, like, you know, both of your history. And she was like, I don't think it's anything wrong. It doesn't seem like it, because the main thing is you have a regular period, right? Because the main thing is ovulation. Right. If you have a regular period, you should be ovulating regularly. That's like the main thing. So she was like, I don't think I don't know. She's like, I really don't think nothing is wrong, but we're going to do the test. So the first test was for me to do a FemView test. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, I don't know why, and I'm a researcher. I don't know why I did not research this test. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. I should have, because this test was extremely painful, and I had no idea what I was walking into. So basically, what they do is they stick a catheter in your cervix. Wow. And yes, exactly. Super, super painful. So you stick the catheter in your cervix, and they're basically putting fluid up there because they want to see if your fallopian tubes are open. So if the fluid goes through, they're like, okay, there's no, because you need the sperm to go up the tubes, right. To uterus, whatever. So that's the main
blockage or anything.
Exactly. We need to know if it's actually getting up there before we worry about anything else. So that was the first test. So we did that test. Super, super painful. The doctor actually had to do this test twice, because the first time he did it, the fluid literally just came right back down. It didn't go through. So he was like, we're going to try it again. He was like, I mean, it could have just been like, you tensed up or whatever. He was like, if you don't want to go through this again, because I was like, it was so.
They didn't give you any numbing or anything?
No, because the way that test is no way to really do that. Like, it's no way to numb it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because what are they going to numb your cervix? Like, it's no way to do it, basically.
They could numb you from the waist down, probably, right?
I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. You know how they around the area just so you don't feel
They can. I had local when I had an abortion. I had local when I had an abortion, so they could have. I've been hearing a lot of information about like them not really. A lot of the doctors think things aren't as painful as it is because they never been through it.
But they knew there was going to be like, because he was like, did you watch any video? And I was like, no. He was like, so you have no idea what we're about to do? I was like, no. And he was like, okay. He was like, I'm going to tell you. And when I did like research, because I was following like a lot of people on TikTok, a lot of women and stuff. I was living in, it's a painful test. Like, there's no way it's not going to be.
I don't think it has to be painful. There's no way it has to be painful.
Yeah, there probably is a way.
They could have put you to sleep. If that was
the case, such a quick test, though, so I don't know.
Okay. That's probably why. That's probably what it is.
Because you'll probably be under longer than because it's definitely fast. It's just that it's very painful within those couple seconds. So, so he was like, well, if you think you can stand to do it one more time, I do want to do it one more time. He was like, or we can wait and you can do the HSG test. It's the same test, but they use radiation because they're looking for more. So I was like, I'm already here. Just do the test, because you literally have to wait. You do this test during, I think it's either during your cycle or like right before. I don't know, but I know that you have to time it though, because they're looking for certain things. So I think it's actually right after your cycle goes off.
That makes sense.
Of course, I would have to wait another month. And I was like, I don't really want to do that. He do it again, the same thing happens. I said, oh my gosh. So he was like, we're seeing some blockage. I'm like, okay. So in my mind, I'm like, well, at least I know what's going on. I'm like, do we know what the blockage could be caused from? Honestly, you can't really tell. It could be scar tissue. It could be so many different things because the fallopian tube is so small. So they couldn't really pinpoint exactly what, because I didn't have any complications anywhere. Like, I always had a regular period. I don't have like a whole bunch of clots. Like, I just really didn't have a whole bunch of issues. So they really couldn't pinpoint. It could be so many things. So he was like, well, we're going to recommend that you do the HSG so that way we can see more. Fast forward, we do the HSG. Y'all, the HSG comes back. My tubes are cleared.
Okay.
I'm like, that ain't my test. I know damn well. I said, I just went through all this pain 3 times. I said, y'all about to tell me that they was closed first. I said, so what happened? Like, they were like, but honestly, even before I did my research, and they were like, sometimes when they do the test again, the fluid clears out your tubes. Okay. So, because it could be like just literally, it could be debris. It could be the smallest part of scar tissue. So and I had surgery before, like a couple years before. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's what it probably was, like a little bit of scar tissue. So I'm like, okay, so but based off of the fact that one test said this and the next test said something else, they were just like, okay, this is unexplained infertility. Okay. So that's when the doctor recommended the IUI, because basically the IUI is just skipping past going through the fallopian tubes. They literally take sperm from the donor, whoever it is. They take the sperm, they wash the sperm because they want all the sperm to be active, because sperm, no matter how good your sperm is, there are always dead. There's some dead sperm there. They want to get rid of all the dead sperm. They want to, and that's why it's so important to have a high count of sperm, because once they wash it, it goes down. Okay. So, they tested him. First of all, his numbers was through the roof. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's just me. I'm just the problem out here. Okay. My joint is honey. The doctor, she said, yours. Okay, lady. Now.
You got some Michael Phelps in there.
Exactly. So she was like, his numbers tripled. I'm like, all right, you're a trying to use my boo sperm, like, huh, man. So, so it was really cool, because literally, I'm talking about, like, his count was like 50 million, but after the wash shit, it goes down to like 20. I think it went down to like 20 or 30. But like a really good count for
like 9 million is like, I think, is it like 9 million?
Like 9 million is like a good count. So his joint was really high. So so they wash it, whatever, and then basically but this, when they use a catheter, not a catheter this time, but like, it is a catheter, but it's very, very small. So during the actual IUI procedure, that I didn't really feel anything. So what they're doing is they're basically bypassing everything and just planting it right there at the base, so that way everything just meets at the uterus.
Okay. You have to do this while you're ovulating.
So, right? Yeah. So what happened was they put me on medication. So they put me on medication the third day that my cycle started. So it's like a 5-day. It was called letrozole. So everybody is different depending on, what your issues may be or whatever. So letrozole was the one I used. Some people use Clomid or something like that. It's called Clomid. But I use letrozole, and sometimes when people got to go back, they might up the dose, because basically what the letrozole is doing is it's making you basically go into ovulation, but it's like beefing it up basically. Okay. So that way they're able to time the IUI so perfect. So they put me on that for 5 days, and then they go back and they see if there's a follicle that has matured. So it could be, so what they do is they test while you're on your cycle to see how many follicles you have, right? So I had like 13 follicles altogether.
This is in your ovaries? Is that inside your ovaries?
Yes. Yep. So each side had like, one was 7, one was 6. So, but the thing is, when you ovulate, only one egg might actually grow. You know what I'm saying? For it to be planted by the sperm. Yeah. So even though I had 6, so I'm not hyped, like I was 6 and 7, but then once into ovulation and they put me on the medicine, I only had 1, but it was matured. So they were like, well, that's fine. All we need is 1. Like, as long as we have 1, that's good. I'm thinking I'm going to have like 2 and 3. But the thing is, the more you have, the chances of you having multiples too. Okay. So I had 1. It was perfect size. So then they had me do a trigger shot, and that night. So the trigger shot is the HSG, not HSG.
Progesterone?
HSG. What test? Wait. HCG. Hormone, pregnancy hormone. I always get the test and that makes up. HCG. So I had that was what I had to put in my system. And then 2 days after that, that's when we did the IUI. So everything was all ready, whatever. They washed the sperm literally an hour before, and then they planted in me. I got to sit there for 10 minutes with my legs up, just sitting there waiting. And then you're on a 2-week wait. Either your period comes on or you're pregnant. Okay. Basically what happened. And so when we started, the doctor was like, okay, I recommend that if it doesn't work after the first time, you can do it 2 more times. I knew that I was not going to do it 2 more times. I knew mentally it was just too much for me. So I was like, if it doesn't work this time, we good. Like, I'm sorry, I can't go through this. It's the same thing as like me waiting every month before.
Right.
Me getting upset, me being sad, me crying and stuff like that. I'm already emotional because my cycle is coming on. It's like 10 times worse. So I was like, I can't go through this another time. And because I'm like, even though the test was, was nothing, I'm like, I don't want to go through this again. And it worked on the first time. So
look at God.
So does your insurance cover the IUI?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. The only thing my insurance covered pretty much everything. The only thing that I had to pay like somewhat of a big amount was the HSG test.
Okay.
It covered the FEMU, but the second test it didn't cover. It probably was like because of the radiation and all that. That was the only thing I had to really like pay like a lump sum. Not lump. It was a couple $100.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much it.
Yeah. I feel like back in the day they used to call it artificial insemination.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So now that worked, how far along are you now?
So I am 30 weeks.
Okay.
Yep, so 7.5 months. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the doctor's appointments. How often do you have to go, and what's the process look like for that?
So it was basically about like every month. Okay. Because we started in May. So we had an appointment with, like I said, it was like a Zoom call in May. And then I had, because it's all based on your cycle. That's basically why you have to come like pretty much every month. But honestly, because it went so fast, it wasn't like a whole bunch of visits like I thought it would be, because I got pregnant like faster than I thought I would after the procedure. So, so it's about like every month. Yeah.
Okay.
So did they put you on progesterone? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Did they put you on progesterone shots like after you found out you was pregnant?
Nope, I didn't. Because the progesterone I think is more so for the uterine lining, like your uterus lining. That's like the main. That's for that, I believe. From doing a little bit of like the research that I did, just watching people on TikTok and stuff. A lot of people talked about that, but I think it was for the lining. But my uterus, my lining was perfect. It was like the thick, because it's like it has to be thin during your cycle, and then when you get pregnant, it's supposed to be thick. So I think that's what. But don't quote me on that. I'm just
right. Well, I took progesterone shots. So I took progesterone shots with my second pregnancy because I went into preterm labor with my first pregnancy.
Okay.
So the progesterone just feeds the pregnancy itself. So it like makes you extra pregnant basically, so that your body can like not want to get rid of the baby. But that's why I was asking if they automatically did that to kind of just assist with making sure that nothing happened to the baby, like you didn't miscarry or anything like that.
Yeah. No. So what happened was like right after you get the positive, I had to go and get my HCG levels checked because of the possibility that I could have miscarried. So when I found out I was pregnant, I'm like, well, I'm pregnant now. It could possibly be like the next 2 weeks I might not be pregnant. And they they do tell you that. So
to make sure it's going up, not going down.
Yep, exactly. So I came 2 days after I got my positive, and then another 2. So it had to double. Actually, my numbers triple, and I thought I was having multiples because my numbers were so high. And I am a twin, so I was like, I think I'm having. Yeah, I'm a twin.
Oh, okay.
So I really thought that I was going to have twins, and because my levels were high, and even the nurse was like, well, whoever was on, I was on the phone, and she was like, yeah, she was like, they're really high, so we're thinking it could be multiple. So then. So I did get a little bit more not extra, but I did get an ultrasound like super early, of course, because I was in the fertility doctor, and then I went to a regular prenatal doctor. So yeah, that's basically what happened.
So are you going to be able to have a normal pregnancy note, or are they projecting a C-section, anything like that?
So as of right now, everything is normal. So yeah, everything was. Once I got pregnant, everything was normal. Like I was able to graduate from the fertility. Like I think if it was issues, I think you stay in, the fertility facility longer. But yeah, I was after 8 weeks, and he was fine. He was active. Nothing was wrong with me. Everything looked fine. Yeah, so it's been a regular pregnancy this whole time. But I did tell them. I mean, I don't know. Of course, the baby does what the baby wants to do. So I did tell them that I don't want to be induced, though. I did say that. But as far as no, they didn't say anything about a C-section. But also, I have another. I have a growth ultrasound appointment. So once I feel like I get past that, then I'll be able to determine like, okay, this is going to be, I'm really out the clear. So
yeah. Okay. Are you planning on doing it natural, or are you getting epidural?
I want to do natural. I do. I really. However, I'm down for whatever.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is, if you start natural, there's really no going back. Like, you can't get an epidural in the middle of labor.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Listen, all power to my natural people, honey. Yeah. But yeah.
Only reason why is because I always hear this like, oh, you're gonna have pain in your back, as far as later down the line because of it. I already had back pains, so that's why I'm kind of like trying to shy away from it, because even during this pregnancy, I feel like it's more pain because I already had back pain before. Like, I already had back pain from doing hair for years, and then from my surgery of donating my kidney, they had already was like, you're gonna have some back pain. I'm like,
you donated your kidney?
You donated your kidney to?
To one of my cousins.
Oh, that was so nice.
I'm a kidney recipient. So.
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, we did like 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
That's very commendable.
Yeah.
So now that you're here, planning for your baby shower, all of that stuff, and you seeing how the process works, would you do it again?
No. Here's the thing. I'm having a very good pregnancy. I can honestly say that. My pregnancy is going pretty well. Like, I'm now, of course, I'm in my 3rd trimester, so things are a little bit uncomfortable. But overall, from what I hear and what I've seen from people, I'm having a good pregnancy. However, I am a little older.
How old are you?
I'm 33, but I don't want to have my kids very close. If I was to have another child, I want to enjoy my son. I want to really see him a toddler and then be like, okay, me. So by the time I think I would probably have another child, I would be high risk. And his dad is not young. So
his dad is older than you?
Yeah, he's 9 years older than me. I'm like, bruh. Like,
it don't matter. Men have babies at 70. I had my son at 37, so I had my son at 37. My husband is 8 years older than me.
I don't know, y'all. I don't know. And the thing is, I'm saying no now, but I said I wasn't having kids.
Right.
But that's the only reason why, because I really wanted, because everybody's like, you gonna try again in a year? I'm like, a year? I'm like, let my baby get here? Like, I don't even know what is gonna happen. I don't know. Yeah. This is so new to me. Like, I'm used to raising other people's kids. I'm not used to raising my own child. So I really want to enjoy the time. I don't want to have 2 under 2. And what is wrong with y'all? I'm like, I barely got this one.
That's true, but you might be more fertile. You might be more fertile once that baby comes.
That's what I told me. They was like,
we're not shooting blanks.
Open now.
The floodway, the what is it called? Floodgates is open.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I don't know, y'all. Like I said, we gonna put a note in this now, and I'm saying no, but then the company's like, you said no, so I don't know.
It's in your cards, Yeah. Like I don't think it's something that you should be worried about right now. You got to worry about the one you got now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, he didn't even get here yet, and y'all worrying about the next child. Like, come on now. That's
because people say that having them close is easier than waiting. Because Janina could speak to this. Waiting 5-10 years to have another one, then you're raising the child all over again. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I probably wouldn't wait 10 years, but even in 5 years, I feel like I'm like, because I watched my sister-in-law go through a high-risk pregnancy, and I'm like, I don't know if I can, And then I also, like, people, I'm like, y'all not taking into consideration that I have a whole business as well. Like, that's a baby, not a baby, but that being an entrepreneur is not easy. Like that is, and I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. So that takes a lot of time. I had to figure out how to even manage that with the child that I have that coming. So I'm like, y'all want me to just keep popping out babies? Like I ain't got a whole like I'm trying to build a whole empire out here. Like I'm in other states. Like I'm really, y'all know me. Y'all know this is what I do. Like I'm like, y'all are crazy. No, absolutely not.
So right now, are you still working?
Yes, I am still working. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So my plan, because the thing is though, when I take my leave, I want to take most of my time when he gets here. So and I don't want to be rushing back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm right now, I don't work too hard. So that's why I'm staying as long as I can. I will most likely go out in April. That's my plan, to go out in April. I don't really have like a job where like I'm doing too much. I do a lot more walking, but it's a good balance. I'm sitting and I'm walking, and I'm standing just like a little bit. So it's still okay for me, you know, physically. Like some days are a little bit rough, but I work overnight. So like my full-time job, I work overnight. I still do deliveries in the daytime, but I also have help with deliveries too when I'm doing my own company. So that's, you know, I don't have to really do much with that. I'm just packing the orders and then, you know, just delivering. But yeah, so because I'm going to give you
a company.
So my business is Tia Michelle Supply, and it is it's a mobile beauty supply store.
Beauty supply.
I was asking because it's another one that just what's the Beauty to Go? I didn't know.
Oh yeah, I follow her. Yep, yeah. I think she started a little bit before me. Hers has been open a little. Yeah, I think hers has been open a little bit before me. Yeah, I follow her too. Because we all came, I remember seeing her and somebody else. It was all like around the same time of like the pandemic. We kind of came out of that, but she might have came out before the pandemic. Yeah. Yeah, I like her content. Yeah.
Wait, do you have an app or you have?
I have an app. Yeah.
Okay, plug it. Plug it.
So my app is TMS, Tia Michelle Supply. It's available on Android and iPhone. So it's literally like just like you go on Uber, DoorDash, or anything, you go right on there, on demand delivery. You're able to just go on the store and you can track your delivery driver and everything on there. So
that's dope.
Yeah. Thank you.
So what would you say was the hardest and the easiest part of this pregnancy so far?
The hardest part was, of course, the pain of the test, of those tests. That was the hardest part, I feel like. I would say two things to be hard. That, of course, getting through that, and then also that 2-week wait was very, very hard.
Okay.
Was very hard. I tried to occupy myself, but it was hard. And what was it? The easiest part?
So far,
the easiest part, I would say, is just planning everything. I'm a big planner, so like I really enjoyed planning my maternity shoot, planning the baby. First of all, y'all, I had the baby shower already planned before I found out what the gender was. Right. Because I knew, I was like, if it's a girl, like I literally was like, if it's a girl, this is what it'll be. This will be the theme. This is where we having it. And
what's your sign? What's your sign?
Aquarius.
So you just had a birthday?
Yes. Yep. February 15th. Yep. Okay. Yep. So
why are you planning your own baby shower, Tia? Come on.
What? I don't trust nobody to plan nothing for me. Girl, listen, let me tell you, I'm the planner though. Like people don't. I'm really big into themes. I'm really into like games and stuff like that. So I had my registry. I love that part. I used to look at my registry every day. That I just love the whole planning process.
Why would you look at your registry every day?
It was weird. I don't know. I don't know. I just thought everything was just so cute. I think that's what it was. Like I just was like everything was just so cute. I was like envisioning him in the stuff. I think that's what I was doing. I knew it was weird though, because I was like, I know this is weird. I'm looking at my registry every day. This was for like probably like 2 weeks. In like 2 weeks, I was just looking at it. But yeah, so and I'm trying not that okay. So I'm not going to actually like do all of the stuff.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that, which I'm trying not to because I really want to show up to decorate, but I'm not.
Okay, good.
I do have people to trust that are going to do what I tell them to do. But to actually plan something for me, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. Mm-mm. No. I literally bought all the decorations. Listen, y'all, it's bad. But that's me. And my people know that's how I am. So yeah, I love that part. I'm so excited for the baby shower. Like,
when is it? When is the baby shower?
March 16th. But let me tell y'all,
coming up.
I'm so mad though because I calculated. Y'all know the whole pregnancy amount time is confusing.
No, it's not. 40 weeks. It's 40 weeks.
Exactly. But
it's just 40 weeks. That's it. That's all you got to think.
But sometimes they don't come out at 40 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. But when they project your due date, it's 40 weeks.
But that's 2 months, not 9 months.
It's not 9 months. You have your baby on your 10th month mark.
That's what I'm saying. So in my mind, right, I'm calculating how many months I'm going to be, right, for my baby shower. So I was like, okay, so if my due date is in May, then I need to be 7 months when I have the baby shower. But now I'm like, I'm going to be 8 months.
8 months. Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to be 8 months.
That's why by pregnancy, when it comes to pregnancy, you go by weeks. You don't go by months.
Yeah, and I didn't know
go by weeks. So yeah, it's fine. You'll
be okay. It's okay.
I'm scared. I feel okay. So I'm okay now. I do feel, I do have my energy, and as long as I get my rest. But you know how you go to baby showers and the girl just looks so miserable because she's just tired and she heavy and she ready to go. That's what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to be like that. So I was like, I'm gonna make sure that I'm not that many months. And yes, I am. I'm gonna be 8.
Well, you're not. Your baby shower's in 2 weeks, girl. What are you talking about? Your baby shower's in 2 weeks. But you're only going to be 32 weeks pregnant. That's not much.
I don't know.
2 weeks away. It's just 2 weeks away.
Every week is different. Every week I get a new symptom. Every week.
You're muted. You're muted, Shalia.
You're muted.
I did mute myself. I had to call. I was saying, you're going to be fine. Just sit down and let everybody else help you out. You got to let go of some of the control.
Oh yeah, that part I'm not gonna worry about. But I'm like, regularly. Well, I'm not even gonna say regularly because I'm like really into games, and I got a lot of games planned for the baby shower. And I'm like a super hyper person when I see like my friends and family, and I just want to have that much energy, and I just feel like I'm not. So I'm gonna chill though. I'm not gonna stress about it.
Well, if you just make sure I know. Just make sure that you relax. Like, don't do anything for like the 48 hours before the baby shower, and you should be okay.
That's good advice. That's because I was definitely thinking about doing some stuff before that.
That's like I would just probably maybe that week like up your fruit intake.
Okay.
Up things that's like take your vitamins, stuff like that. You'll be okay. It's 2 weeks. Okay. Look, those 2 weeks can go by fast.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell her literally every Monday I'll be like, it's something new. It's something new with this baby. Every week. I'm telling y'all, I'm like, every week my food appetite change. He doing something different. I'm feeling different. I'm like, this pregnancy, man, we are amazing. Because we're really building humans out here. And
yes,
it's crazy. It is crazy. It's crazy.
It is, but God is so intelligent.
Yes.
Oh, do you plan on breastfeeding?
Yes. So I plan to do both. I definitely plan to do both though. Just because I know once I go back to work.
When I say breastfeeding, I mean just giving your child breast milk, not necessarily like nursing all the time. Just giving your child
breast milk. For sure. Yeah, for sure. Definitely breastfeeding for sure.
Girl, because them boys is something. My son, he was like, I'm not sucking on this thing. It's not coming out fast enough. So I was, but it was somewhat my fault because both of my kids are preemies. So when he was in the NICU, I was just concerned about getting him out of there. So I was giving him the bottle most of the time. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, he'll be fine when he get home. Mm-hmm. But
he was like, what is this? Why is this not?
Yeah, because like with the breast, he has to suck on it like twice for it to come out. But with a bottle, you suck it once and it's coming out immediately.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you weren't able to breastfeed at all with him?
I did it like I was having complications when he came home with him latching. So I
Okay.
breastfed not as much, but I just pumped.
I was about to say you pump. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I
Okay, that
pumped.
makes sense.
I think for most people, if you are able to give your child breast milk for at least the first 3 months of their life, 6 months is great. You know, like I wound up, my supply got low, so I was like doing both. He was getting formula and breast milk. Both of my kids was like that, but they at least were getting some type of breast milk for like 10 months. So
Yeah, that's something that I definitely always
you just
wanted to do.
you just gotta build your supply. You have
Yeah.
a deep freezer. You just gotta, in the beginning, you're gonna be producing more than the child is able to drink.
Okay.
So they're drinking 2 ounces. You can pump 4 ounces in that sitting. So you take that other two and freeze it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
when their appetite increases, sometimes your supply lowers. So like,
Oh.
yeah.
Wow.
But you have there's like, you can take fenugreek that helps with your supply. It's like different herbs that you can take for your supply.
Can you send me that whenever you
Yeah,
get a chance? Thank you.
definitely should do the research with the breast. So you can also see like the first time I had my kid, I saw a lactation consultant. So they'll help you with like the kid's latch, which hold is best for your child.
Yeah,
I was
that was something I wanted to do too.
supposed to be going to school to be a doula, but I still ain't do it.
You still can. But Tia, if you
Right.
could leave the people with one thing about IUI pregnancy, if they heard your story and they're inspired, what would you say to them?
I would definitely say try it. Don't be scared. Don't let people make you feel bad about it. Don't allow people to make you feel like you're less of a woman, or it just any of the negativity. Keep that out, because at the end of the day, sometimes you just need a little bit of help,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, God created us all to have a purpose. So, and He created them doctors to have a purpose to be able to give me my baby.
That part.
That's
That
how
part.
I feel, like
Doctors are God's assistants.
yeah, because at the end of the day, I mean, I needed a little bit more assistance. At first I didn't think it was a part of God's plan, but no, it just was like it wasn't a no, it was just a not right now, or
Right.
not in this way.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So yeah, just try it out and don't get overwhelmed. I overwhelmed myself a little bit
Mhm.
beforehand, and then once I started the process, I mean, my partner is like amazing. Like he was the calm of my storm.
Yeah.
So when I would get overwhelmed, he like, girl, he like, relax. He like, everything is gonna be fine. I was nervous at every appointment, and he was
Yeah.
like, you're gonna be fine. So, but yeah, and
That's
just
good.
if you do go through the process, just make sure you have a good support system. Try to find a good support system. I think that really made a difference. My brother, my sister-in-law, my friends were super, super supportive. I mean, it was so when I found out, I couldn't wait to tell them.
Okay.
I literally found out Saturday, they came over Sunday, and this was just literally like I was cooking dinner, and I was like, oh, such a want to come over, whatever. And I was like, I'm telling them today. Like it just made everything just, and they were so excited. I mean, yelling and everything. Like the block is just going. Like it was crazy. So
That's nice.
definitely get a support system. Because sometimes we feel like, oh, I don't have family, or I don't have find your support. It's gonna be somebody, even if it's strangers that you befriend or whatever. Find a support system is so important with everything that you got going on in life. So
Yeah.
that's what I would leave everybody with.
Yeah. Thank you. And you look amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I looked at the picture. I was like, "Well, she carrying real well."
Thank
Yep.
you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Yes, I'm
So we're going to end our podcast with a game that we always play with our guests. So I'm gonna turn it over to Janina.
Okay, let me hurry up. We ain't got that much time. So, the name of the game is, the category is, I'll give you two options. It's a spitfire game. You don't have time to think about your preference. You say the first thing that comes to your mind. So the category is hair, because I know you.
Okay.
You into hair. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Okay, bob or pixie cut?
Bob.
Bangs or middle part?
Middle part bust down.
I was gonna put that that's what I was trying to put, middle part bust down, but I was like,
Yep.
high pony or high bun?
High pony.
Lace front or sewn in?
Sewing.
Blonde or brunette?
I'm gonna go with Brunette. I'm gonna go brunette.
Box braids or knotless?
Oh, I love both. Knotless.
Natural hair or relaxed?
Natural.
Soft locks or passion twist?
Mmm. Soft locks.
Straight blowout or curls?
Straight blowout.
Tribal braids or lemonades?
Ain't they the same?
Oh,
No.
I mean,
the tribal braids is like triangles and all
Yeah.
that.
they was trying to get funky with the lemonade braids back when they first came out.
Beyonce lemonades, girl.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with lemonades because I wear the lemonades more than the tribal, so I'm gonna go lemonades.
Hair salon or home stylist?
Hmm.
Come
Child.
on now, you can't think about it.
Hair salon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Them box braids are knotless. That's a hard one.
That is very hard. I go back and forth all the time with them.
I think I used to be. I think when knotless came out, I liked the look of knotless, but I think I like box braids.
Yeah.
I love box braids over knotless because of the type of hair I have. Them knotless, they be looking messy.
I was about to say they knotless don't last as long though. That's the only reason why I don't like them. But at the same time, they don't hurt as much. So it's like,
well, it's not as bulky. Like if you want to put your hair up, it's easier with knotless.
Yeah, knotless don't last though. It'd be frizzy and all. It don't last as long. But yeah.
All right, so you can provide your social media to everybody so they can follow you and mention your app again.
Okay, so my personal page on Instagram is _ Tia Michelle. The app page or the business page is Tia Michelle Supply, and I am on Facebook, and my Facebook is Tanisha Tia Michelle Rothmiller. I know that's kind of long. I'm sorry, y'all. And my TikTok is Tia Michelle 0215. Yeah, that's my TikTok. And yeah, so the app once again is Tia Michelle Supply or TMS. It is available on all phones. For download is a free app, which is it's always great. And like I said, it's on-demand delivery of beauty supply products. I do take suggestions of any products that y'all want to add on the app and different things. I also have Yoni fresh products as well outside of the beauty products, which is really cool. I have an herbalist that has really good products. So we collect.
Do you ship?
I don't do shipping. Nope.
You gotta add that, girl.
You gotta add shipping. I'm in Atlanta.
You gotta add shipment because
I have not thought about it. Nobody else talked about shipping. Really?
You gotta add shipment because you're only exposed to Philadelphia. You'll be exposed to the whole country if you do shipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's just that I was just always so focused on demand delivery that I just was like, I'm not doing it. But yeah, that makes sense though. That does make sense. I'm gonna definitely take that into consideration. Well, the Yoni products, she definitely does ship. So if anybody wants to get any of those products for sure. But as far as my products, I just deliver in the tri-state, Jersey, Philly, and Pennsylvania and Delaware.
Okay. So y'all make sure y'all go follow and support Tia. Check out her IUI journey because she does share that information as well. And as always, we appreciate you for coming on and sharing your journey and your story. Mm-hmm. You already from Philly, so you already a JAWN.
Yeah, period.
As always, you guys can find us every Wednesday on 216 The Blend. On Instagram, _JAWN_podcast. Tap the link in our bio, and it will take you to everywhere we are. So we will catch you guys next week. Peace out.
Bye. Thanks, guys, for having me.
Stay on the phone. Stay on here. Did you press stop?